Alright, so this is me doing 500 push ups every single day. Now, I was gonna put like I don't know, music in the background, but I figured I'm gonna just share my thoughts on basically everything because, what else? Why not? It's my video, so I'm gonna just do what I want to do. Um, my thoughts. Like, there's so many things I think about. Um, Deep thoughts, life, death, religion. Um, is the earth flat? Um, you know, the Bible. You know, there's so many topics that I can go into. The first topic I want to go into is kind of, let's talk about the moon landing. Okay, so the moon landing and how they depicted it is very interesting, very very interesting. Um, I've seen people say that the moon landing was underground because say hey, like when you go underground, like you can have the same type of, like underwater, I'm saying, because you could have the same type of effects like jumping, like if you were, say, like 1,000 feet down in the ocean, and you could do those same type of effects. However, I don't know if the moon landing was real. You know what I mean? However, I think it might have been real. I think it really, really, really might have been real because, but I do think they found some stuff on the moon because if you ever like watch old videos on like Buzz Aldrin and the other guy that I don't even know the other people's names, but like they look spooked. They looked really spooked when they came back. Um, they were describing, hey, like this is like a new future, and like, the things that we saw are gonna change. Like, hey, like this is just, we gotta just face reality type deal. And it's like, whoa, like what did they see up there? You know what I mean? And only like a few people ever got to see the moon. And there's some moon missions that have never been um, explored into or ever talked about. Like there's Moon Apollo. After Apollo 11, there's like Apollo 12, 13 was the bad one. There was also Apollo 14, 15, 16. You know, that they never really talk about. Like that we have no idea about. And it's like, whoa, like what is good with this stuff? Um, there's so much stuff that we don't know. I don't know if it's the government that's hiding it or if it's, you know, they don't want us in a panic. You know what I mean? Because if we knew certain things, then regular life as we know it wouldn't be the same. Everybody would be freaking out. Um, so, my thoughts on the moon is that it happened. It was real. Um, the people that went to the moon definitely landed on the moon. I'm not gonna say definitely, but I think that they landed on the moon, and I think they saw some things that might not be comprehensible to a regular person. So those are my thoughts on the moon landing. I think it happened, and I think there were multiple other um, trips to the moon that weren't documented, that were classified, probably up to like Apollo 20. Like, you know, it's crazy. Um, Now, my thoughts on life. It's an interesting thing, life, because, I've had some experiences in my life. And these are just opinions. Like, I don't know anything. I'm just talking right now. But life is very, very interesting. Like, is it all a test? Like, is this all a test? Um, but what I do know is that everybody is individual. Like, it's so insane how wrapped up and warped people get into their own life that they don't take a second to think about everybody else's. They don't even think it's even possible sometimes that other people even have other lives. But like, every single person is living their own life. And that literally blows my mind sometimes. It's like, what? What? And when you think about like the snowflake theory, how every single snowflake is different. Every single fingerprint is different. Even if you have an exact identical twin, their fingerprint is different than yours. And that might not actually be a fact, but I think that's true. But like, everybody is different. Everybody goes through different wavelengths. Everybody goes through different traumas. I mean, some people don't have any trauma at all, but you know, everybody goes through things. You know, it's such an interesting thing. So when I say it's like, is it a test? I think like, you know, hey, you know, deep, like, because when do you become thinking? When did you become conscious? When did you start remembering things? When you were 4, 5, 3? Because I have some memories when I was like 3 that I remember vividly, like that will never go away. And it's just like, they weren't even like good memories. It was just like I was just in a hallway, like in a house or an apartment building or something like that, and I just randomly remember that. But every other memory from then is just kind of like I don't remember. And it's like, whoa, you know, man. It's like, okay, so those memories are I guess vaulted, I guess kept. But if you don't think about it, then you don't remember it. You know what I mean? So when it's like, when I'm talking about life, so my thoughts on life, what do I think the purpose is? Maybe there's no purpose. But, you know, you have people that love you, and you love others as well. And I feel like everybody's definition of love is different. So, you know, life and love are very similar in my opinion. I mean, what's the point of having life if you don't feel any love? If you don't feel like you can, you know, say, talk to your grandma, talk to your mom, talk to your father, talk to your brother, sister. If you don't have love, then you know, life kind of does get meaningless, and it's sad, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to get like sad or depressed here, but like, these are just random thoughts that I have on my mind. You know, like purpose. You know, one of the words that I really hate is potential. I don't know why I hate that word, but potential is so stupid to me. What the fuck is potential? Like, what are you talking about? Potential. Hey, man, this person has a lot of potential. Okay, so, like, potential is future talk, in my opinion. Like, okay, so that person has a good future, is what you're trying to say? Or is that person, because potential is not realized. You know, you could have all the potential in the world unless you really do it, you know, unless you actually commit to it. And the thing is that you're going to have to do stuff when nobody's looking. You know, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy when you really think about it. Yeah. And another thing is the whole aspect of the Bible. Where did you learn the stuff that you learned from the Bible? Like, who taught you this? You know, people just believe stuff from other people. Is that from God, or is that from that person? Really, 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 really. Because I feel like I've had encounters with God. I've had an encounter with God like that changed my life. I don't know if because I was going through psychosis, but psychosis. Ancient Egyptians used to take like shrooms and they would say like Mayans would take these, like Amazonians would take I don't know, ayahuasca. To They would trip. They would literally go crazy, but they would have these experiences. And there's a lot of people, I think, that had experiences with a different dimension. I'm not even gonna say it's God, but it is God because it's like the universe. You know what I mean? Like people who are really in touch with the universe, they understand that like certain things really just happen for a reason. For me, I think that everything happens on purpose. However, the cool thing about being born, the cool thing about being conscious, is that you have an effect on it. Every single decision that you make, it's not because somebody else made it, it's because you made it. And I think that's really just the beauty of everything, like artificial intelligence. We might get to a point where artificial intelligence makes their own decisions. And I don't know if that's scary or if that's just inevitable, but I took shrooms one time in college, and it changed my life. It changed the aspect of life, and I'll tell you vividly the shrooms trip. So when I took the shrooms, it was during the day, or no, it was almost nighttime, and it was a party, and during the party, it was a pregame. There were people that came to the room. It was college. There were people that came to the room, and I took shrooms, and I felt the vibrations of the people. I felt in vibrations of vibes, but like I literally felt them. I felt it. I seen it. It was almost like levels. Like I could change. I could distort it. I had my fingerprints on the levels that they were going through. And the first time I ever took shrooms, I took 1/8 of shrooms, and that's a lot. And apparently this batch of shrooms was really, really strong. So, everything for the first time can be overwhelming, and this definitely was overwhelming. I felt cooked to the point where I was like, man, I want to try to go to sleep, and I couldn't go to sleep. But I got stuck in what they call a cycle or a loop. And I started to realize that maybe this is all a loop. Like, don't bear with me here because this is crazy talk, but some of the greatest thinkers in the world are crazy. Some people say before they became the greatest thinkers in the world. But it really enlightened me to the whole circle aspect. Think about it. I mean, they say that this world is a circle. They say that or sphere. We rotate in a circle. We don't only rotate in a circle, but we also go around in a circle as we rotate in a circle. So if the day isn't looping, what makes us any different? The age that we get older, our experiences. Some people never really even go through anything. Some people will go their whole life not taking any of those different drugs, or, and I'm not saying to do it because it's not good. You know, I wish, like, on my future children that they never do anything that I did. However, the experiences that I have are my experiences that changed my life. For the better? Maybe. You know, these are things that I think about. You know, but going back to the shrooms trip, I mean, I felt as though I needed, because I felt the vibrations I saw. I was really happy. That's when I guess you're up in that moment. But I felt the need to tell people. I felt like, hey, like, everybody has to know what this is. And let me go to the point where I saw this man. He died, unfortunately. His name was Drew. But I saw his face, and it didn't look good. It looked evil. It looked almost demonized, distorted. And it's incredible that he did die. He died in a tragic accident, you know. But it really tripped me out. It really, it made me leave college. And they say that smoking intensifies it. Yeah, I was smoking, and it intensified it. Man, I mean, that was an unforgettable experience. The person that I took it with was supposed to stay with me, but they just walked around, I guess. I don't know. I saw things in a different light that night. I even got arrested. Man, that was definitely a crazy night. But, you know, everybody goes through things. Everybody does things. And, you know, you just gotta live with it. You just gotta keep going. Because, like I said before, I mean, you have all the control. You can do whatever you want. You know, you can kill somebody, get arrested, go to jail for the rest of your life. Or you can make the best for yourself. It all depends on what you do right now. But, you know, this is a video of me doing 500 push-ups every single day for 30 days. And, this was a hard video. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, the consistency of it is crazy. And I loved it. I can't wait I'm gonna keep doing it too. So, that's it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you.